Well, I mean, considering that you said that in many ways a main message that you got from Palestinians is that they're still very hopeful despite the circumstances what they live in. But based on the 3 weeks that you were there. I'm sorry, the 2 weeks that you were there.
I wish it was 3.
What's the main message or messages you think that you bring from the people you met there to people here? I mean, what do you want people here to know based upon what you saw?
Well, I think it's very important that people understand that we keep getting like a one-sided message. It's very different when you go and see the place, meet the people. It's just like any other people are trying to survive. And I think that if you don't care about anything about these people, I think at least we should care about the money that's spent on military there. And it's just outrageous to see so many checkpoints, so many people with large guns everywhere. I feel like that money can be used here. So if people don't really care about Palestinians, at least we should pressure the government to stop sending so much money there. I mean, poor families here could use it. I don't know. One other thing that I saw, there was a refugee camp, and people are living on top of each other basically. But kids there were very, very happy. I feel like if a group of people who are living in circumstances that they are living can keep their children in that state of how do you call it? Innocence still?
Mm-hmm.
They're in a way winning the battle, There's this gate from 57. It's full of keys, and it's a big symbol. The keys that they are keeping still from the time when they were forced out of their land and their houses. And for some of them, they could still see their land from the refugee camp, and it's still not being used. So they were forced out for nothing, and yet they can keep their children away for, as much as they can. That was very insightful. The kids there. There's art everywhere on the walls. The wall is just incredibly big. Looking at it, it's like a big symbol of oppression. Like it just weighs on you, and it's like you get to the wall and you have to lift your entire head to see the end of it. So it's great to see all the art that's there, but it's not. Yeah, it's not there for that reason. So neighborhoods split in half. You won't ever see your neighbor again because there's a wall in between. There's so many things that I learned. Like every single little aspect of their lives is controlled, and it's designed to break your spirit in many ways, so that you get so frustrated, so hopeless that you leave. And they are so determined to stay because that's the only land that they know that they're not leaving. So yeah, they're determined to stay. I mean, that's their battle. They're not blowing themselves they're not attacking you. Their struggle and their battle is to resist by staying and enduring everything that's being imposed on them. Yeah.
Well, maybe kind of the last question or theme to deal with is, since you met with artists and poets and, folks there who are, expressing their experience through a variety of mediums, how did, if at all, how did your understanding of sort of the role or function of art in our lives, how has that changed or expanded based upon what you learned or saw from people there who are not just artists, but just but anybody who even if it's people who are doing graffiti on the separation wall or
graffiti
whatever.
is everywhere, of course, and you have a huge surface to explore all kinds of expression that you want. I feel like there's a lot of Israelis who are sympathetic with. If you decide to Israelis can visit the Palestinian side. Sometimes they do against the law, but everybody who has been exposed to their reality, they change their opinion on they have been indoctrinated for so long. It's hard. We met a poet that was born in a settlement. And he went to the military, and then he got exposed to that. He just couldn't make sense of the mistreatment that he was taking part on. So he left the country for 4 years, and then when he came back, he's like, no more. And he started writing about the conflict and the situation from both sides. So I feel like, it doesn't matter. Most people who see the reality that Palestinians live in, they just can't ignore it. They can't keep on going with the same discourse that Israel is imposing on them. There's messages of resistance everywhere. Every single person that I talk to it's very easy to turn anything into a political conversation because it's in their lives, it's everywhere, it's in every. So they start complaining about the water, about even the currency. I wanted to know who was in the bills, and I asked a guy. It's like, it's Israeli money, and they start telling me about everything, and it's like, but we will have our money pretty soon. I'm like, I hope so, and so just as I was saying in the beginning, it's very hard not to get yourself or your art, not to have a message in your art being there. It would be like ignoring reality, when you are very you grow up in here in the States where you're very sheltered. Sometimes artists have a hard time finding subjects to talk about. They end up talking about aesthetics and beauty and their feelings about love, or there's no room for that there. Pretty much it takes you, and you have to talk about that because it's your reality. You don't know any other reality, and I think it's a way also to let it out. That since I came back, I just haven't been able to do anything. It's I'm still dealing with everything and trying to make sense of it. But I know that when I'm ready to do something, it has to be about that because I need to let it out, and I feel like for artists, it's a good way to get their frustrations out. The good thing is that usually, if you use art to communicate a message, it triggers something that in your brain that other ways of communicating don't. So that's, I feel like that's the beauty of it. And I don't know, you can write a whole article about settlements, but a picture of a settlement or a print of what I saw there might grab your attention, and then after that I direct this person to the article. Otherwise they probably will never ever get interested, or you'll never get their attention. So it's our hope as artists.
So people can expect to see sometime down the road new art that reflects your experience there.
Yeah, that's the only way I'm going to be able to deal with this.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.